My next opponent is Keith Pries, and he's a fairly strong player, I would say. I mean, he is he's actually a little bit stronger than 1300. I believe 1400 is probably close to about his truth strength. He entered this tournament. He finished dead last. But he entered the tournament into Division One. Like only won 6 out of 30 games that he played. He had a bye. There's 31 games. Funny enough, he didn't actually get punished as badly as I thought he might. But I guess because his rating was so low to start with. But anyway, I don't think it's that controversial. Semi-controversial topic is whether on these nationals tournament, WePo's version is WePo's version of the national championship is the WordCup, and then you have NASPA's version. So for NASPA's version, it has a pretty high bar in order to be play in Division One. You have to have a 1700 rating. My rating in NASPA is pretty high, actually. It's over 1750 now. I had a really good tournament in my last NASPA one. There aren't that many NASPA tournaments around where I am, but I do get to go to a few of them every once in a while. They're 1 days, and my last few tournaments have been really good. I went 5-1, so I think I may be a little bit overrated. I think these last two 5-1s may have been a luck factor in my favor. So I may be a little bit overrated at 1763 because my rating for WePo, which is the one that I actually play in more often, just due to the bigger tournaments being WePo in my area, the Pacific Northwest, I haven't been doing so well. And part of that is also because this last Labor Day tournament, I was in a field that was incredibly strong. I'm going to check one more time to see if... Yeah, they haven't posted the Labor Day results for the WoW division yet, so it's still going to show my rating as 1717, but I'm curious how much that's going to drop going 6-14 in that last tournament. I'm hoping it's not too much. Yeah, I'm getting close to being done with all these WordCup analyses games. Let's take a look at the Keith Pries game. So I go first. And the only other thing I was going to say about WePo is that they don't have any requirement, a rating requirement. I probably think they should have at least some low rating requirement, but I don't think they have any requirement at all. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. I don't know, but yeah, it does. I think Art Moore said the reason they instituted the requirement was because of some bad experiences they had with one particular player, and I think Kenji privately told me a little bit. He wouldn't tell me who it was, but he told me it was like an aging player that he kind of fell apart emotionally. Anyway, I can relate to it. You go to a 5-day or a 3-day tournament and you finish dead last, only win a few games out of like 20 or 30 games. It doesn't do much for you emotionally. Going 6-14. It definitely was a humbling experience, but I'm hoping I'll be a better man after this. That's probably my worst tournament I've ever had, but I'm hoping going forward it'll just be a character improvement for me. So I just know how to deal with it emotionally. I didn't deal with it as well as I would have liked to. So this was my first rack in this game. I've decided to play WOG here. So it looks like Gown was better. I don't think WOG is terrible. Oh, it's not going to show WOG because this doesn't have WoW as an option. So for those that don't know, I'll briefly explain this. There's among other chasms between the two organizations of WGPO and NASPA. It's been a bit of a controversy about whether to allow certain words. So now the situation now is that NASPA even allows like words that are maybe considered what do you call vulgar or bad words like fuck or words like that. But they no longer allow words that are considered slurs against certain groups of people. So words that could be considered like homophobic, racist, things like that, they don't allow. At first, when the vote was going up, my thought was to still allow. I voted to still allow the slurs, and the reason I voted for it was because I felt like, you know, we're all kind of adults. Well, I guess not all of us, but most of us are adults that are playing Scrabble. There are some, and very few exceptions, there's some younger players, younger than 18, that play in adult tournaments. But usually those players aren't playing in adult tournaments, they're playing school Scrabble. I'm trying to think of. Oh, I was just going to describe why I initially thought that it would be good to keep the words. I just felt like, you know, we're all adults. When we play a slur, we're not necessarily, for the most part, we're not trying to be offensive. We're just trying to make the best play. So to me, it was just like words are words, even if they're slurs. So my vote was to keep the words. And what ended up happening was, even though there was like a steering committee in NASPA, I think that's what they call it, is this steering committee, and like there was like 5 people on the committee, and 3 out of 5 voted to keep the slurs, but John Chu was under pressure from the owner of the Scrabble brand, which is Hasbro, to remove the slurs from their organization. So a little bit understandably, he made the executive decision to go along with what Hasbro wanted. But a lot of people weren't happy because, you know, it's like, what's the point of the steering committee? But now that some time has passed, I kind of come to be closer to the position that maybe we should have. It was the correct decision to remove the slurs because we have a lot more YouTube streamed. It's not quite television, but we have a lot of YouTube streams, and television is kind of going by the wayside a little bit. The younger folks like to watch YouTube a lot more than television nowadays. It's anyone that has a internet connection can watch any YouTube video. And so the high level big Scrabble tournaments are almost always have a nice live stream, which is very exciting. I watch these all the time when I'm not playing in the tournament. And understandably, we don't want to have slurs on the live stream. So they still do live stream WePo tournaments, and they have their own rules as far as it's not quite the same as all of the slurs that NASPA removed. But anyway, WOG is one of those words. It's offensive to some group. I don't know exactly what it is. I don't know what the meaning of the word. I don't really want to know what the meaning of the word is. But just whatever it is, it's offensive to somebody. All right, give me one moment here. Okay. Anyway, back to Keith Pries. So he actually, despite his rating being low, I feel like if this game is any indication, he played a surprisingly strong game, and he could have won this game, I believe. It was just a freak accident that he didn't. So he plays Murex. It's a good play. A little bit sophisticated, but at this level, people tend to know their 5-letter words that contain power tiles. All right. So I played huge. The other tiles weren't really that important. I'm fairly sure. If it wasn't the right play, it was one of the best plays I could have made. I don't want to analyze that one. I spent a lot of time in this video explaining, but I think it was time well spent. I wanted to explain to maybe newbies that aren't part of the Scrabble scene an important part of Scrabble and difference between the two organizations. So here I play one, and I play it here. Is that the second best move? Looks like it is. So saying Ren down here is better. So that scores 7 more points. Yeah, I can see that being better. Well, I made the second best move. That's fine. Let's see what happens. So he plays vetoing. It's not a bingo. And I have a natural bingo of venture for 79. He plays jetty, which partially makes up for that bingo. It's a good comeback. Broy is the next move. This is one of the new ones that they just added. Here, I'll show you guys. That one was added a few years ago, or maybe 1 year ago. The plus here indicates that it's a brand new word. So broy is resembling a bro, and you can also be broier or broius. It does compare. So that's fun. Hound was his play. Scored decent, 36. That actually, he's catching up. Like, it's kind of funny. Like, I guess after Jetty, he was only 10 points behind. So now he's only 4 points behind because I lost 6 points out of that exchange, Broy and Hound. So he's playing well. I have this rack. There's no... I didn't see this play of Fusain. Let's see what that means. Find charcoal. I have this word. I have it, of course. I don't... Yeah, it's a fairly sophisticated word. You can see why I didn't see it. It's liking fun because AI COS is pretty strong. Oops, I'm gonna leave evaluator. That's only 5.4. It's not that strong. So what did I play? Actually, I did play fun. Okay. So 5-point leave of ACIOS is pretty good leave. But here he bingos. So now I'm in trouble. So his bingo goes here for 74. Now I'm in trouble because I'm down about 50 points. And I'm not going to be able to make it up in one move. So I played Acid here for... So it's not in the top 6 plays. But it's play number 8, it looks like. So he had COVID. Oh, Sodic was... Yeah, I like Sodic. That's 35 points. Yeah, that's kind of a... I'm not sure if I really knew that word, Sodic. I'm going to write that one down. Alright. So I played Acid, which isn't terrible. He plays Fell. Not there, though. He plays it here. Trying to block some bingo lanes. Actually, that's a good play. He blocks the bingo lanes. That's what you should do when you have a lead. I drew the blank. So here I played Saviors for 66. That's all the way down here. So just look at what else I could have played. Could have played Saviors for 4 more points there, using the blank as a U. I'm not sure if that's really better. What else did I have? Yeah, so all these, not sure if these are really better just because you're giving so much back on H1, so it's probably not worth playing there. However, seeing Ryoja is actually better than my play of Savior. That's kind of interesting. Keeping both S's in the blank. The problem with that play is there's not enough bingo lanes. So playing a human opponent, there's not enough bingo lanes because he's clearly good at understanding that he needs to close down the board with a lead. So I think it's the right decision to bingo here. But these other plays above Ryoja that are 7 are better plays. I agree with that. They score 2 more points than what I played. So yeah, it's a minor mistake there. This is basically a 2-point mistake. It's not that big of a deal. So now it's 282 to 249. And he plays Akai. Trying to think here, where is it? Akai. Trying to analyze this screenshot, figure out, oh, okay, Akai plays here. That's for 18. This rack. So I have air park, which is not a word that I've studied recently. I'm sure I've seen it before. So that was the best play, was air park, and it plays in two places. Obviously, this place is the best place to play it. So I missed air park. Also likes cray for 18. What did I play here? I just played park. So obviously I'm wanting to close down these two bingo lanes that he just created for himself. And he plays aqua. And then I landed myself in some trouble because I drew another eye to the two eyes I left myself. I did find the best play of trivial here. And you can see the score is really close. And here, he plays Gi, 25. So he goes up by 4. And here's the critical point in the game. The game's pretty much almost over, and there's still a blank out. So he should be winning this game. You'll see this is kind of a bizarre way. The way this game ended was pretty bizarre. So I have this rack, and I don't really have any. I have end step for 33. And I didn't see end step. That actually looks like a pretty good play, but it's saying that these other plays are better. Oh, it's because I need to block that A because he's going to play Za. That's why. So Pal and Lap or Pill. Pill's the best play. What did I play here? I didn't actually block that Za spot. So that's how he could have won. He just plays Za and he wins. What did I play here? Oh, I actually did play end step here. So I play end step. And he has the Z. This is the bizarre part of this game. So he has this rack, ME blank DZ and 2 other letters. ME blank DZ. So he has 2 Z's. Or I mean 2 E's. What was his last letter? Looks like it was the O. So he had several ways to win. He could have played Zowie, Zoe. He could have won just by playing Za with the blank, which is what I saw. I was like, because he had like, that was what was so bizarre. He had like 2 or 3 minutes on this last play, and he was spending his time on this play. I was like, okay, he's just gonna win the game by playing Za, and inexplicably he plays Emend. And then I just go out with Laid. And I win the game. And it didn't make any sense. So, not sure what happened. I shouldn't have won this game. He played great, except for whatever happened at the end. So, compliments to for playing a great game, except for that very end, to Keith Pries. I'm not sure what goes inside his head, but Keith Pries, if you're watching, maybe you can provide us some insight. I doubt anyone else is going to understand what happened there either. But I'm glad I won this game, and thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Leave a like on your way out. Bye-bye.